Jason Bourne. Waterloo Station, south entrance, 30 minutes. Come alone.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 smartest action movie decisions that still got people killed.
We should go, Mom. Board of Inquiry begins in 30 minutes.
For this list, we'll be looking at plans or choices taken by big screen characters which, while intelligent, had lethal unintended consequences. In order for the smart decision to qualify, the deaths can't have been part of the original plan. Spoilers ahead. What did we miss? What are your favorite intelligent action movie decisions that still got people killed? Leave us a comment in the description below. Number 10. Breaking into the source, The Matrix Reloaded. In The Matrix Reloaded, the war between humans and machines has reached an impossible point.
You are here because Zion is about to be destroyed. Its every living inhabitant terminated, its entire existence eradicated.
So the humans decide to infiltrate the source, essentially the hard drive that keeps the Matrix running. The humans don't have enough manpower to defend an assault, but Neo as the One and his friends are powerful enough within the Matrix to fight their way through agents, swords people, werewolf programs, all to get to the heart of it all.
Go ahead, shoot. The best thing about being me, there's so many me's.
Unfortunately, in the process, they lose a whole ship of their allies, as well as the benevolent Keymaker and Trinity, though the latter is resurrected by Neo. Striking the machines at the heart of their greatest creation was clever, but setting fire to a beehive will always get you stung.
Trinity, don't you quit on me now.
Number 9. Sneaking aboard the plane. Executive decision. A hijacked plane with 400 passengers and a deadly nerve agent is only the first problem the US government faces in this action thriller.
Sit down! Sit! You stupid, sit down! Nobody move! Nobody!
In order to avert catastrophe, U.S. intelligence agent Dr. Grant, Lieutenant Colonel Travis, and a special forces team execute an unorthodox move, using a stealth aircraft aboard the plane while it's still in flight. Naturally, complications arise.
Right, you're next. Talk the bags. I hope there's a good movie on this flight.
During the transfer, Travis allows himself to get sucked out into the air due to a pressurized issue. And the subsequent battle against the terrorists claims the lives of several passengers and the plane's pilots, as well as the terrorists themselves. Given the circumstances of their high-flying undertaking, the team is pretty lucky that they only lost a few passengers and Steven Seagal.
Listen to me! Someone has got to close the hatch now or we're all gonna die! Do it now! We're losing!
Number 8. Recruiting Koba. Rise of the Planet of the Apes and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Easy.
After smart ape Caesar escapes from an animal shelter in 2011's Rise of the Planet of the Apes, he soon figures out he's going to need allies. The next stage in his plan is breaking more apes out of a testing facility, including Koba, another ape of extraordinary intelligence.
Here's his IQ from last year. Since then, it's doubled.
Koba is instrumental in defeating the humans on the Golden Gate Bridge, leading a flanking attack on the mounted police. But Caesar underestimated the deep trauma and resentment Koba held against humanity from his time in the lab. When Caesar attempts to make peace with humans in the 2014 sequel, Koba betrays him, starting an all-out war leading to both human and primate deaths. It turns out that sometimes your friends today become enemies tomorrow. Number 7. Boarding the Back of the Ark, 2012. As the world crumbles around society, nations band together to build giant arks to save what they can of its people.
Why do they have anchors?
Because they're not spaceships, buddy. They're arcs.
But Ark 4 starts sealing its doors early, leaving hundreds of people vulnerable to the turbulent elements. In order to avoid being left at the mercy of an ongoing apocalypse, the main characters of the film sneak in through the Ark's hydraulic systems.
But to be human means to care for each other, and civilization means to work together to create a better life. If that's true, then there's nothing human and nothing civilized about what we're doing here.
It gets them inside, but one of their crew gets crushed in the gears and another drowns from floodwater. The team made use of their ingenuity to get into the Ark, but poking around colossal machinery has its risks. In the end, they did save humanity, but a couple of them still didn't make it.
You wanted to be introduced as her big brother? Well, she's scared now, and she needs you more than ever. And if you're safe, I know that she's safe. Do you understand?
Number 6. Guiding someone to safety by phone. The Bourne Ultimatum. In his quest to reclaim his identity, Jason Bourne interviews a journalist, Simon Ross, who seems to be on the cusp of exposing CIA Black Ops arm Treadstone and its successor Blackbriar.
So how do we know he's not spinning for someone?
There was more. He was scared.
Scared about what?
Blackbriar.
But the CIA is already on Ross's tail. Bourne attempts to guide Ross through the station, telling him when and how to avoid cameras as well as covert agents.
Directly across the street, 12 noon. There's a man in the second-story static post. He's watching you. Now there's a bus stop. 50 meters to your left. I want you to walk towards it.
Though Bourne keeps Ross safe for a little while, eventually Ross loses patience waiting and attempts to bolt for the exit, just in time for a sniper to take him out.
Bourne, just stay where you are.
I don't think we should wait. I think someone's coming. I'm going for it. No.
In the end, it was Ross's fear that led to his death, even though Bourne's plan could have gotten them both out alive. When panic sets in, it's often better to trust the experts. Number 5. Booby-trapping the village. 13 assassins. How do you kill an evil lord who has 70 men guarding him? Simple. Hire 13 samurai. Okay, 12 samurai and 1 hunter. In this flick, the titular assassins set about killing Lord Naritsugu and his army with tactics. They empty a town along the convoy's route and turned it into a booby trap, employing explosives, arrows, and even flaming bowls to destroy their adversary. However, en route, Naritsugu has picked up additional men, so instead of facing 70 soldiers, the 13 face well over 200. Their traps ensure their martial superiority over almost all of their opponents throughout the following blood-soaked melee. But only 2 of the original 13 survived. Their mission was successful, but the numbers didn't help. Sometimes honor requires sacrifice, even if you need to plan ahead. Number 4. Escaping a Morton Joe. Mad Max Fury Road. There are few characters in cinema who lay more on the line than Charlize Theron's Furiosa.
Betrayal! An imperator gone rogue!
An imperator?
Who? Furiosa! She took a lot of stuff from me, Morton Joe!
To save the slaves of warlord Morton Joe, she hijacks the war rig, a tanker converted into, well, a tank, and smuggles the women out to get to the green place.
So, where is this green place?
On the brutal trek, many of her allies fall in battle, including Splendid, a wife who dies while trying to protect the others, Nux, a war boy who decides to defect, and several of the battle-hardened ladies who come to their aid. But her costly decision still overthrows a Morton Joe's regime and reclaims the Citadel for the people. While it was smart and brave, it cost more than a few lives for true change to happen.
At least that way, we might be able to, together, come across some kind of redemption.
Number 3. Playing into Silva's hands. Skyfall. Daniel Craig's James Bond relies less on gadgetry than his predecessors.
Were you expecting an exploding pen? We don't really go in for that anymore.
At least until Skyfall, where he pulled a classic spy's trick. To discover who was behind the bombing of MI6 headquarters, he followed the breadcrumbs and let himself get captured, with Q's radio transmitter in his pocket. This decision puts him in the wolf's mouth, but also allows MI6 to capture Silva.
You're smaller than I remember.
Whereas I barely remember you at all.
However, Silva had another trick up his sleeve, and what should have been an easy capture becomes a cat-and-mouse game where for each one of MI6's plays, Silva has a counterplay. By the end of the film, henchmen, MI6 service members, and Judi Dench's M are all dead.
I should get one thing right.
Number 2. Using Harvey Dent as bait. The Dark Knight. While Gotham sweats under the Joker's terror, Bruce Wayne prepares to reveal himself as Batman. But at the last minute, DA Harvey Dent pretends he's Batman, using himself as bait.
Take the Batman into custody. I am the Batman.
His plan works and the police capture the Joker, but not without injuring and likely losing more law enforcement officers. The Joker obviously has a contingency plan, and his capture sets in motion events that would lead to the deaths of more criminals, cops, and even Dent's girlfriend, Rachel.
The only sensible way to live in this world is without rules. And tonight you're gonna break your one rule.
I'm considering it.
No, there's only minutes left, so you're gonna have to play my little game if you want to save one of them.
To defeat the clown prince of crime, you need to go above and beyond. And Dent did. Harvey Dent was braver than most politicians, but he ended up putting more than just his own skin, or at least half of his face, in the game.
I'm sorry, Harvey.
No. No, you're not. Not yet.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Stealing the Death Star plans. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Facing the most deadly weapon in the galaxy is no mean feat, and the rebels have their task cut out for them in Rogue One.
It's claiming the Emperor is creating a weapon with the power to destroy entire planets.
Jyn Erso, Cassian Andor, and their crew execute an elaborate heist to steal the Death Star plans, disguising as Imperials, infiltrating a base, stealing the data, and beaming them to a command ship. This was a mission they wouldn't survive from the beginning, but every one of the crew knew that if no one did this, then the rebellion would be doomed.
The original plans for this station are kept there, are they not?
They are.
Prepare for the jump to hyperspace and inform Lord Vader.
Jyn, Cassian, and everyone on the heist die in order to get these plans, and without them, the galaxy never would have shaken Imperial rule. To paraphrase Cassian's cellmates in Andor, they only had one way out, so they took it.
The transmission we received. What is it they've sent us?
Hope.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.